The Switch 2 has sold over 4 million units, breaking multiple records and, on paper, proving an unqualified success. You can argue that it should have sold more units, with many long-term Nintendo fans waiting for more essential, in inverted commas, games to justify buying the system, given especially the heavy price of entry. But for now, Nintendo can be happy with the initial sales figures. Very happy. But for context, though, initial record-breaking sales figures don't really mean much in the long run. Look at the Sega Dreamcast, for example. Enormous record-breaking pre-orders and sales at launch, nothing but positive press, a very reasonable price point, a great launch lineup, a huge return to form in the eyes of the public after the missteps with the Saturn, 32X and Mega CD. But Sega couldn't keep the momentum going long-term, and despite that literal multi-record breaking, unprecedented at the time success of the launch window, 18 months later they'd crashed out of the console business entirely, to the astonishment of not just the rabid fans, but many industry insiders too. I remember the magazines at the time, even the multi-platform magazines, were just completely bewildered. Now, the reasons for that are complex and debatable, but it's just one of many examples from history where a console has a seemingly impressive launch sales-wise, but fails to keep the momentum going. Nintendo themselves had huge problems with software adoption on the Wii, one of their best-selling systems of all time, but the average consumer just wasn't actually buying games for the hardware, and Nintendo were in a dangerous financial position a couple of years after release, despite the console easily being the best-selling of that generation. The lack of attachment rate meant that it was unprofitable compared to the competition. Thank goodness for their handheld division saving them, not for the first time, thanks to the continued success of Pokemon. Hello friends, you've stumbled across a short clip from the Daily Switch 2 podcast. Please give it a like. If you'd like to hear more, click subscribe, and you can find all the ways to listen to and support the full daily podcast at linktree/Daily Switch 2. Let's go! Did I sound like I mean that? I do. I really do.